So you can see me spotting my Scottish jersey. This is because tomorrow we will be having a showdown between England and Scotland right there in Wembley Stadium. And already the Tartan Army are there already flocking in their hundreds. On that basis, we wish the Scottish national team a good outing tomorrow evening. And we will all be singing it all to praise them and to get them through. But today, we are back on the Nigerian Pride. I am your host, Lion Olushokumbi. 1999, or maybe I would say 1998, the Nigerian state started its democratic journey when the military leadership of General Abdul Salam lifted the ban of political activism. Parties were formed, different cliques were formed, different factions were formed, and by 1999, Nigeria experienced its first election again in so many years. And since then, Nigeria and Nigerians have never looked back when we talk about democracy. 99, we had the PDP, and they led all the way until 2015, and then the APC took over. Nigeria at the moment is witnessing one of the toughest time of its existence in terms of insecurity, economic instability, so many things. In fact, to the extent that we are having much cries for the disintegration of Nigeria everywhere. But I'm not going to be alone today. I've got a guest in today who will be talking to us. We will be asking questions about all these things. Without any further ado, I'm going to call on my guest, and he's going to introduce himself, and we'll start it there. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Can we meet you, sir?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm very fine, sir. Thank you.
Good. Yeah.
And can you just introduce yourself to our audience and everyone listening to you?
Okay. Yeah. The names are Elijah Agwam Sambo, and I am the chairman of People's Democratic Party, United Kingdom chapter. I am also a self-employed businessman here in the UK, into consultancy and logistics and business startups. So yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very, very much, sir. I think
I shouldn't forget to add.
Okay.
Back in Nigeria, I am a farmer.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for that, sir. That is good to know. Yeah. So what I'll do is that I'll tell people just for people to know.
Yeah.
If you're sending in questions, people just focus on the politics and the Nigerian state. We will be calling him back later to talk about his professional and business life here in the UK some of the time. But today, we're focusing on the Nigerian state. So, we know the PDP was formed in 1998.
Yeah.
When did we form the PDP UK chapter?
PDP UK chapter was formed in the year 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, it was formed in the year 2000, and it will interest you to know that that it was actually flagged off by the then president, President Obasanjo, and the party chairman then, distinguished Senator Barnabas Kimade.
Wow.
They came all the way from Nigeria to inaugurate the PDP here in the UK. So it is it has been functioning in the UK since the year 2000.
So that's not even almost, that's two decades already.
Well, you can say that. To be honest with you, when the PDP was formed in the UK, I wasn't even in the UK. By the year 2000, I was in Nigeria. I was in the university then.
Wow.
Yeah, but then still I was a member of the PDP, even as at then. But that was when it was inaugurated here in the UK.
It's good to have that. I mean, to have that history marked there. So, you said that you've been a member of the UK even since when you were in Nigeria, even as a student then.
I didn't say I was a member of PDP UK chapter. No, I said I was
PDP in Nigeria.
Yeah, PDP member in Nigeria right from its inception.
Okay.
Right from its inception, yeah.
Okay, and during that during the times then till now, we've seen many go and come back and everything. What has kept you in the PDP even till now?
You see, the thing is that you see, politics is a career, and if you don't take it as a career, then that is where you have all this movement left, right, and center. You get me? But then if it is your career, then you know that you have to stay one place and play the game, because there was PDP had an ideology that enticed so many people to join. If you believe in an ideology and that is what is propelling you forward, then the ideology of a party does not change. Because what you should know is that a party is just an institution. It's not a living thing. It is human beings within the party that are living, and human beings, those are the ones that change. PDP can never change. Its ideology, its manifestos, its aims, its objective, and the rest of them are all crystal clear. They're all intact. They've not changed. We can just make additions to it and the likes of it, but yeah, as long as it conforms to what is the border, not even the borderline, what is I can see the borderline of what you believe in, then there is no need to move here or there. You stay and make everything work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's good to know. So let's get into the thick of it. 2015.
Yeah.
The PDP lost the presidency to the APC.
Yeah.
And I think we've all seen what has become of Nigeria between now and then. I mean, I saw a statistic sent out by state statistics the other day, and they were saying that at the time, a liter of fuel was 87 naira, and today is 147. A bag of rice was, I think, 8,000, and now is about 25,000. And the question is, how did we get here?
Well, that is a very easy question. You see, if you want to measure a progressing economy as against the yardstick, world-renowned yardsticks, then economy is one of them. Stability of market forces, and all the rest of them. You see, it was a very, very simple decision, or rather what people think it was just a simple decision that has actually made this thing to skyrocket like this. You will remember that in 2015, when President Muhammadu Buhari came in, apart from not having ministers for close to 8 months, up to 8 months, one of the things he first did was that he stifled the dollars. He shut down Forex completely. You see, now you cannot do that to a growing and bourgeoising economy as Nigeria was then. Because if you remember, Nigeria was getting direct foreign investment to the tune of up to 90 billion US dollar per year, especially under Jonathan. Now, if that amount of foreign investment in dollar is coming into the country, and then you come in and the first thing you did was to stifle dollars, then forget it, the economy is going to go down. You know, because you have businessmen that depend on dollar exchange to carry out their business. If you refuse them, and if you shut down, if you shut their source of exchange with China, Europe, and the rest of them, where they source their goods, then how do you expect that goods will be on ground to meet demand for services to be provided? It's not going to happen. That was basically what led us to the mess that we're in now. You know, and up till now, the government's policy on forex is not encouraging. If you don't encourage forex for foreign buy and sell for your entrepreneurs and business people within your locality, then I'm afraid there's no way the economy is going to grow, and that is what is keeping us down there now, as we have it.
So, I take on point what you said there. Then, they keep telling us that they're doing, what they're doing is going on fine. However, recently, looking at the forex itself, we know the CBN devalued the naira, and I think at the moment a pound is about 700 naira, or 710 or 15 to a pound. Now, looking at that and looking at what is happening in Nigeria at the moment, what do you think the PDP should be telling the people at the moment?
Well, what the PDP should be telling the people, I mean, the people are sensible. They know what is happening. You know, it is not we find ourselves in a difficult situation. Yeah, because I know people are shouting that, oh, PDP are not doing opposition, they are not doing that, they are not doing that. But then you have to know, you have to know where to strike and when not to strike. I mean, our PRO caller is doing a very, very wonderful job. Very, very wonderful, in the sense that there is no day that caller is not releasing about 3 or 4 press releases. If you care to know and care to see them, you will see them. You get what I'm saying? And that is opposition. You know, because the press releases are not just attacking government policies or what. No, yes, they attack the wrong ones and they prefer solutions. Kola has been doing that. But then what you should know is that, look at what happened to Olisa Ometu. You know, as soon as the present government came in, they made it a point of duty to make sure that they dealt with him. And that is because he said what he said then. You get what I'm saying? So between Kola playing his role and top members of the PDP and followers of the PDP doing their role as an opposition, there has to be a borderline. You get what I'm saying, of keeping yourself safe and not exposing yourself to the dangers of undemocratic forces that we have in the Nigerian state, as it is composed today. You know, you talk too much that they are not comfortable with, you get missing. You know, I mean, there is that two are in Kaduna, and the rest of them, the examples are just too much there. You know, so you have to make you have to balance. You have to balance the equation as to what you do and how you want to keep yourself safe as well. You know, so that is the kind of precarious situation that we find ourselves in as an opposition. During our time, freedom of expression and freedom of association was there. we guaranteed it to all. But as it is today, can we say that that is the case? It is not the case, you know. So I mean, people have families that they need to take care of, and the rest of them. So they have to balance opposition with the interest of their family and the interest of preserving their lives as well. If I don't know if it makes sense to you.
Right. You know? So if I pick it from what you're saying there, it means that even the lives of the opposition is not secured.
Well, whose life is secured in Nigeria? There is nobody's life that is secured in Nigeria. You get what I'm saying? Even them that work with, that drive about with siren, is their life secured? How many times have we seen attempts on them? But then now, in terms of securing life as an opposition, and this, I'm not talking about headsmen, kidnappers, ransom demand, and the rest of them. No, I am talking about systematic oppression, undemocratic misdemeanor that is being engaged by this present government. You know, in the face of contrasting views from their own. You see, I mean, the people are ruthless. They just do what they want and tell you to go to hell. We have seen it so many times. You know, so somebody has to be a bit careful as to what they do.
Right. So we will say then that it is this fear then that is slowing down maybe some of the things many of us are looking forward to from the PDP to be doing as an opposition party.
Well, but we are doing what we are supposed to do. We are doing what we are supposed to do. But what I am saying is that you have to balance it. There has to be a balance between keeping safe and doing your work as an opposition. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to talk anyhow. And by tomorrow, DSS are knocking on your door, jamming your businesses, doing that one. You don't need it. You get what I'm saying? If a common is or a common A in the sentences that you make or in your write-up changes the whole perception of the whole write-up or the spoken words that you say, if that is what is, if A is going to keep you sane and a bit safe for tomorrow, it is better you remove that A, or it is better you add that A or is into that statement. You get what I'm saying? So that it will go right. But then it doesn't mean that you're not doing the work of opposition. You are doing the work of opposition. Things that are supposed to be said are said. Criticisms that are supposed to be to be put forth, where we see that that government decision is contrary to what it should be, have always been put out. That is the work of opposition. We don't have to go to Aso Rock and want to tear the gate down, or go to National Assembly and want to tear the gate down before anybody knows that we are doing the work of opposition. That is not the work of opposition. The work of opposition is constructive criticism and profiling solutions, and we have been doing that right from 2015.
Well, some may say maybe the PDP leadership is not doing enough, and I'll give you an example. Okay. If we look at how the events that have been happening since 2015 up to leading to the NSAS riot, the NSAS protest that happened, leading to the last weekend June 12 protest and things like that. Many have said that it's always when things are moving on social media that the PDP comes out to talk. And that they would have expected PDP to put out words before that happened. So what will you say to that?
You see, that is why I tell you that you have to find a balance with this government to what you do, so that you don't make yourself an easy target. Now, during that NSAS protest, that's the Lekki Toll Gate we are talking about now, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, a whole bunch of youths organized themselves throughout the nation and especially in Lagos, and occupied Lekki Toll Gate. Now you ask those youths tell you that they do not have any leader. At the end of the day, people that provided their bank accounts were rounded up, like Felt, Mr. Macaroni, was Palori, or what do you call him, Omo Iya Iloje. All of them were rounded up, and they were said to be the leaders when the movement said they don't have a leader. Now, assuming PDP came out, yeah, to say that yes, we are giving this youth support, who do you think the government will catch responsible? Who will hold responsible? Well, that means that means the PDP has given. That means the PDP has given the protesters a front. You get what I'm saying? And as such, there is somebody that you hold. But then PDP is not a youth now. PDP is an institution. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So did members of the PDP as individual young people, members of the PDP that are card-carrying members of the PDP, did they not join the protests? They joined the protests as individuals. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a conglomeration of the whole of Nigerian youths. Yeah. But the fact of the matter, the thing there is that there was no visible, or there was no available front for it. Now the PDP will not stand up and then go and just say that they are fronting protests on behalf of the youths, and then expose themselves to danger. If we say we are fronting the youth, and then all that has happened there, and they say with the kind of destruction and everything that happens during that time, and then they come for the leadership of the party, then what do we say? We start accounting for damages in billions that we did not sanction.
Well, I think the way I'm trying to put the question is that, before even we got to that level of the protest, things were happening. We've been seeing the atrocities being committed by the personnel of SARS. And the PDP as an opposition did not come out with a statement against this department of the Nigerian police force, not until this protest started.
There has, like I said, if you look, you will find.
No, I've done my research. And
have you been following our PRO? Have you been following our PRO?
Yes, I'm connected to the Twitter account, and anytime he's on, it's always there alerting me.
If you are connected to the Facebook account of PDP and the Twitter account of the suspended Twitter account of PDP and the rest of them, you will find out that all these things are there. You get what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is that PDP as an institution was not part of the protest.
No,
individuals might be part of the protest. You get what I'm saying? But PDP, we are not part of the protest.
Okay.
Because we are law-abiding citizens, we are not like a political party that will lead a protest in the broad daylight without any repercussions, and then we find ourselves in a time whereby even leading a peaceful protest is a problem. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It is.
Let's move on to another part of it. So the state of insecurity in the nation now is such that it's not to be heard of, and many families have lost loved ones in terms of being kidnapped, dying in kidnap, or kidnapped and paying ransom. We've had a lot of things going on. But what should, 2023 is just around the corner. Whether we like it or not, the term of Buhari is less than 2 years to expire. What should we be expecting of the PDP, if of a PDP government, if it happens in 2023? Yeah.
Well, a lot has to be expected. A lot is going to be expected of PDP, you know, because one, in 2015, we bequeathed a functioning and a proper country to the present government. And at the moment, by 2023, except there is a pragmatic shift, and I lay emphasis again, except there is a pragmatic shift in how things are being done today, you know, so that it will things will begin to pick up as a nation, which we pray is what happens. Then, to be honest with you, you see, in terms of the economy, in terms of security and the rest of them, it is going to be like starting from the scratch in 2023, when the PDP comes in by God's grace, you know, because a lot of damage has been done. A lot of wounds have been are open, that would need healing, that will need tending to, you know, to get it right. And you see, the thing is that with the security challenges of the country, you see, there is how do I put it? There is a connivance, you know, of a government. And when I say connivance of government, is because of their lackadaisical attitude to the issue of security and to the issue of security, especially in northern Nigeria and in southern Nigeria. You know, if they were up to the task, then the security situation in the country would not have degenerated into what it is today. You know, so there is a lot to be done. But then it is left for us to come on. When we come on, we will be studying. We will be studying what is on ground, as we are studying now. Compile it, you know, and then sit down and make a conscious decision as to which way we go that will improve the security challenges that we have as a nation. Okay. And but then we hope that the security situation in the country improves dramatically before 2023.
Okay.
Because
what I was going to ask you next is that, okay, in terms of the insecurity, because I've always looked at it, I've always told people the security institutions are independent of the political institutions.
Yeah.
Should we not be holding people like the IG of police, the chief of army staff? I know they are those who are new, but should we not be holding them to account if after few weeks they've been in office, we've not seen changes? Rather, what we've been seeing now, in less than 2 weeks, we've had 3 schools from Kano to Kaduna. Earlier today, it was Benin Kebbi, 30 students from the federal government Girls College in Benin Kebbi today, 30 students plus some teachers taken away. I think a mobile police officer lost his life there. Should we not be asking questions of the personnel of these institutions rather than politicians?
Well, yeah, we can ask questions on paper, innit? And that is as far as it goes. Sorry, I might sound however I might sound. You get what I'm saying? But then that is the concrete realities on ground. You get what I'm saying? If people like the Nigerian police and the Nigerian army, as we have them on the street, are charged with the protections of life and property, and they are the same people, yeah, that violate your fundamental human right, killing people left, right, and center, and then tagging you with unprintable names, then who do you do?
Are there evidence of that?
Evidence of what?
I mean, of the police personnel and military personnel doing this.
Doing, well, Nigerians have reported on police brutality. Was the NSAS protest? Was the NSAS protest just because youths wanted to protest?
No.
What was it about? What was it about? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brutality sometimes lead to death. We have so many people reporting that police are taking them to checkpoints to empty their accounts. We have testimonies of people saying that police say that they are going to shoot them and nothing will happen. You get what I'm saying? All those things, if the law keepers have become the lawbreakers, not to even talk of the bandits in the forest and the headsmen and the kidnappers and the rest of them, then who is monitoring who? You get what I'm saying? Even, okay, like take for example this the former military chiefs. How many months were Nigerians shouting at the government to do away with the military chiefs, and because they have failed in the discharge of their duty, and the presidency turned a blind eyes and did as if they didn't hear what the nation is saying. Many months before they were changed. So yeah, the new people came in, and you shout that, oh, there is still insecurity. They have not done this. They have not done that. They have not done that. What is the possibility that they are going to be changed? There is no possibility that they are going to be changed. Okay, now the chief of army staff, may God rest his soul, died, and another new chief has come up. What happened? A junior general went and picked, and you find that a whole course of how many officers, about two courses of over 70 or over 100 officers were retired from the Nigerian army, when Nigerian army needs the experience of those people that were retired. Is it at this point in time, when security situation is very, very dire in our nation, that you retire a whole crop of Nigerian army generals at a single go, because one person has to be chief of army staff? Is that what you do? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
So, resources you need, you do away with it. How is the security situation gonna improve? It's not going to improve. The same thing with the Nigerian police. When the IG was appointed, how many senior officers had to leave? Mind you, those are people that their retirement age has not come, and their retirement days as in service has not reached. The whole very, very critical information in respect of security, and those are the kind of resources that you need to tackle the insecurity that is there. But then you do away with those people and then bring in a new set of people, they replace them into their position, and then those people have to abreast themselves of all the knowledge that those people had in terms of security before they can start operating. Again, am I making sense? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then there is, although the place is filled up, but then there is a lacuna of action between the time that these people will take in and then the time that they will get accustomed to the operation. to become at par with the security challenges that we have here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
So, well, we've seen what the APC government is doing in this, and yes, we've been able to bring out all the shortcomings and everything. But the question I want to ask is, we have PDP governors, we have PDP House of Rep members, we have PDP senators. How has the PDP UK assisted the body at home, the headquarters at home, in passing some information, useful information to these people, to them at home, to be able to function effectively? And why I ask this is because just yesterday, Gali Naba made a statement that he would not be joining the APC or the PDP, and said that the Nigerian people should expect a new political party again. So that's why I'm asking that question, that, okay, we say the PDP UK is here. How is the PDP UK effectively helping the PDP at home to look at issues and try to plan out policies that will help the PDP regain power again in 2023?
Well, yeah. Now you have coined the question like properly, because if you say how is PDP UK fishing out and giving PDP Nigeria information, then that means what you have done, what you are saying is that you have reduced us to spy, international espionage or whatever it is, and that is not what we are. But then basically you have to know the purpose and the purpose of actually even establishing a diaspora, a diaspora chapter. We have our purpose, we have our mandate, we have our do's and we have our don'ts. But the PDP UK chapter, I can assure you, is works hand in hand with PDP Nigeria in seeing that we provide effective opposition, and provide an alternative for Nigeria to come back to, because our 16 years in the helm cannot be said to be a misadventure. There can never be a misadventure of 16 years, and one of the things that PDP UK has done in that regard is the development of a training module, syllabus, if you like, for training of party officials on leadership and governance, which we have developed those. We have developed that module, and we ran it through the headquarters, and we have permission to train PDP officials in the whole of Nigeria. Now we will be deploying seasoned technocrats, motivational speakers, and the rest of them to give talks, and then develop our lecturers to be able to give training on that module, that syllabus that we have developed. At least it will bring us back with the roots of what the party actually stands for and what our aims are, so that we'll be able to provide effective leadership going forward. So
that's a good one. That's a good one to hear from you, that that's been done. But what I want to ask about this is that is it do you think it's something that all the PDP leaders in Nigeria will buy into, especially when we start moving from zone to zone? When you start moving from zone to zone to say you're doing this training?
Well, we hope to do it on a state basis.
Okay.
So we have 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory.
Yeah.
So we hope to go around the states,
okay.
to do that training, you know, as quick as we can. You know, I mean, it's not it's not a day's training, you know, because it's a module that has been developed to last maybe like up to like 5 days. So we're talking about spending up to like 5 days with in training one state.
Right. So would this training be for leaders from the ward level to the state level, or will it just be the state at the state level and senatorial?
No, if we come to a state, then it depends on the state chapter there, you know. As long as we have candidates to train, we will train them. We don't care where you come from.
Okay.
Because I mean, impacting knowledge does not care where you come from. As long as we're there to impact knowledge, if people are provided for us and say, look, these are the people that you are going to train, we're going to train them. We don't want to know whether you are from Inewi, or we don't want to know whether you are from Imbise, or the training has nothing to do with either zone or this. No, as long as you are a PDP member and you are ready to receive knowledge as to what the syllabus is going to teach you, then we will try and impact you with the training that we bring.
Okay, because I want to ask these questions because I've got someone asking me already about this already. See, in terms of this training now, because you just said it there, would you be looking at the state executive of the party giving you the names of the people they want to attend this training? Or if I am a PDP party member with my card, I can register for this training regardless of the state executive nominating me?
No, that is not how it's done.
Okay.
I cannot come to your house in Scotland from London and then just go and open your back garden and start doing a barbecue there and invite my friends there. It's not possible, is it? I have to seek your permission, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the route it will take.
Okay, so it has to be those that are provided for you by the state executive that will be trained then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think the person who has asked that question has an answer already. So let's move on. So many times since 1998 that the PDP started existing, after each election or before election, we are always having reconciliating meeting. When will this stop in the PDP?
The long and short answer is that it will never stop. It will never stop. Yeah, because you see, okay, let me tell you something. You find you do reconciliation not because somebody has been shortchanged. No. You get what I'm saying? But then, whereby you find you have about 6 or 7 contestants to a position. Definitely, you can't take all of them. Sure. There has to be one flag bearer. And what you should know is that the 6 other people that lose out are leaders with their followers and the rest of them. Those are not people that in any way that you just say that okay, you have lost primaries, you are not a party bearer, so you can go to hell. No, you get what I'm saying? you have to pacify them, even though the right process has been followed. So it is not necessarily a reconciliatory meeting. Because if you are reconciling, if you are doing a reconciliatory meeting, then two people must be fighting, or more than two people must be fighting. You get what I'm saying? Most of the time, it is how do I put it? It is a comforting meeting, if you see what I'm saying, to say that, look, there will always be time. We can always work together. Don't take this loss too much, because remember, if you stand for an election, especially buying forms, mobilizing people, and the rest of them, it takes a lot of money, especially in Nigeria. You hear what I'm saying? And somebody will not bring out himself to serve and then spend that kind of money, and then you expect him that he lose and then he's happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just have to say, okay, look, take it easy. We'll find a way of working together, and the rest of them. So that is always consultation. It is not a reconciliating meeting all the time.
Okay. Right. So if I take it from where you mentioned about the cost involved there and things like that, across the world, especially when you look at the Western world, I would not say UK, but I would say USA, because we are following the US pattern. Now, we have political parties, party members paying dues to their party. If you are a member of the Republican Party, you're a member of the Democrats or other smaller parties, you pay your membership due. The party will always have its budget for elections, each election they are holding and everything. But that seems not to be there in the PDP or even any party in Nigeria. Why is it that we cannot bring that on board? Meanwhile, I know it is stated somewhere in the constitution of the PDP that I think it's about 50 naira that should be paid by each member per month. But the question is this money being paid by members? And I will tell you why I'm asking this question. And there is a local government election that will be held in Lagos State very soon. And there's been rumor about the fact that there is one of the leaders has put down 5 million naira to support candidates and things like that. And the question is, this person is doing this. Surely when it gets to the premise of when he wants to contest for something, he'll be expecting something back from these guys. And this is where the issue of godfatherism starts. So how can we encourage political parties in Nigeria to be self-sufficient financially?
Lion, you see, you ask one question and then it has so many branches. I am finding it hard to keep.
I'm just trying to keep it. Let's do it. The main question is,
I will try to lump them up.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, one. Yeah, dues are supposed to be paid for any political party to survive and function. The members are supposed to be paying dues, and it starts from the ward level, whether you like it or not, where the ward collect and then they give they remit to local government, and then local government remit to state, and then state remit to zone, and zone remit to national. So it's a complex system, except let's say assuming the dues is 10 naira, you find out that if the actual structure of how it goes to the national goes, you find out that you end up the national end up having only like 3 naira out of the 10 naira because of the division percentage division. Yeah, the sharing ratio. But do we really pay dues? I doubt that. You know, and that was one thing that I asked. That is one thing that I asked at my word. You know, when I went and revalidated my membership and the rest of them again for the concurrent year running, I think, and I was asking my chairman that. What are we doing in terms of dues and the rest of them, and they just said, look, don't worry about that. But then don't worry about that. It's not this Wale, because I will lie, because at the end of the day, what you end up spending to support your ward will be more than the dues that you pay. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, dues are being paid. You know, because activities at the ward level and the rest of them are being kept up. You know, yeah, from 2018 to 2021, the membership card, which I went to read, that was when I was asking. You know, yeah. So yeah, we pay dues. In that sense, we pay dues. Yeah.
Just, you know, why I ask this question is really because we talk about the youth. Whether we like it or not, no matter what size the APC are saying they are, the PDP still has the largest membership on record. And you hear the PDP youth across the nation crying out that, you know, this is not helping. In fact, for the Lagos State one, which I'm following closely with the, you know, with the elections, the local government elections coming, some of the candidates who have now been chosen or selected or elected through primaries couldn't even afford to buy their own forms themselves, and they had to be waiting for one you know, maybe one state house of assembly last time candidate, or a gubernatorial candidate, or some senatorial candidate to sponsor them.
Yeah, and you see that is where the youths nowadays are getting it wrong. You get what I'm saying? That is where they are getting it wrong.
Are you saying they should refuse the sponsorship or what?
No, I'm not saying refuse the sponsorship.
Okay.
But what I am saying is that accepting sponsorship like that is getting it wrong.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Okay, so if I decide that I want to contest for House of Reps membership in 2023, now, in fact, now it's even late for me to have started building my structure and saving money for my form and campaign. Building my team, building a network of fundraisers. You get what I'm saying? That will be able to put aside funds, so that if the time for the election comes and then they say, okay, go and buy form, I'll go to my team, the fundraising kitty that we have already done, and the chest that I am trying to save, or that I've been saving, and then take money from there and then go and buy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't sit down and relax, yeah, in your comfort zone, and then at the dying minute you go to a member House of Reps, or a chairman, or a senator, or a
go to Honorable Sambo.
Yeah. You don't do that. You simply don't do that.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
I hope the youth are listening to you on this.
If you come to me, and then you say that form is 500,000, I will ask you, how much have you saved? How much have you saved? You get what I'm saying? Because one, politics is a gamble. If 7 people are contesting for primaries, and then you come to me and I take 500,000 and give you, or in the case that it is over 1 million, I take over 1 million and I give you, whose money is going to be gambled? Mine. Abi? So when did I start playing Bet Nigeria or XBet or this? No.
Right. Honorable, let's leave that one on that. So I'm just going to ask you this very quick one, because recently the INEC, that's the Independent National Electoral Commission in Nigeria, they've created more polling units. And, and this goes back to what I said earlier about the PDP leading in opposition. They've created more polling units across the nation, whereby the statistics shows that 70% of the newly created polling units are up north, that's in the northern states, and 30% in the southern states. However, most of the states where we have more new polling units created are APC states. And the PDP isn't saying anything, not even at the moment that we are on air. Nothing at all has been said by the APC.
Well, why should the APC say anything when it
I mean the PDP. I mean the PDP.
Yeah, but even if we say anything, would it undo it?
I think it's something. Well, it should be solved. It should be a question that the PDP leadership should ask. Or don't you think so?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Okay.
You know, yeah, we might want to make a fuss about polling units and the rest of them. The only thing that an increase in polling unit does, yeah, is that it eases the pressure of former polling units that was splitted.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? That is the only thing it does. But then I don't think to a large extent it changes or affects the number of votes or would-be votes that will come out of that polling unit. It wouldn't.
Okay.
You know, so that they create 3 polling units in front of my house. Does that mean the number of people within my neighborhood increase?
Well, we wouldn't know, because when it gets to voters registration, we don't know how that will go. And you understand what I mean by that.
I mean, I understand it. You get what I'm saying? But then the overall number of voters, yeah, in a few days' time, continuous voters registration will be open. And then we see the amount of new voters that will be added to the register. You know what PDP is more worried about is the digitalization of the electoral process.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if the electoral process is digitalized, if you like, you can have 1 polling unit per one voter. It doesn't matter. It is not going to change the number of votes.
Okay.
The main thing is for us to get it right, digitalize the process, and like that, it saves us from the thumb printing and underage voting. Okay. That is what we are concerned about. We are not concerned about the number of votes of polling units. I mean, it just reduces pressure as far as I am concerned. Okay. And as far as the PDP is concerned, that is our major problem. Our major problem is for INEC to give us a reassurance or an assurance that the electoral process is going to be done electronically. Okay. That is what we want.
Well, we'll wait for the INEC to tell us more about that before we get on the run up to the 2023 election. But before then, there are 2 more topics I just want to ask you a question on. What is your view about the present trends of the disintegration of Nigeria going on across the states of Nigeria?
Disintegration, I don't understand.
I mean, the disintegration, you know, people asking for Biafra, people asking for Udua Republic.
Well, it is called freedom of expression, isn't it? That is freedom of expression, and within the confines of a country that is practicing democracy, that is what they are within their rights to do that. You get what I'm saying? But then, are people agitating for such? Are they doing it the right way? Are they backing at the wrong tree? That is questions that they need to pause and ask themselves. Because I can tell you for a fact that President Muhammadu Buhari does not and will never, or any president, even a PDP president, will never, ever, ever have the power to divide Nigeria. Not in the context of no, I mean, they can't make pronouncement and say, okay, look, we divide Nigeria today and it's done. It can never happen. They don't have that kind of power. You get what I'm saying? But then, even with that, in Nigeria, there is somewhere that has that power, that has the power to be able to do that. People have to look carefully and know what they are fighting for and what they are agitating for, and go through the right process.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. So because of our time, I would just want to move to the last one, which is, what is your take on the banning of Twitter in Nigeria?
Hey, Mo. Hey, when
you should have expected me. I will ask that question. I know you are
going to ask that question. When you people will be tweeting and abusing the president, eh? If president tweet, you people will write, I follow back. I follow you, write IFB under every of his tweet, IFB. Don't you think that is getting the president worked up?
But the thing is, the thing is this, we are all laughing at it, but sincerely, President Goodluck Jonathan remains the only president in the history of Nigeria that was abused, most insulted, most embarrassed everywhere.
Yeah.
Social media or anywhere.
Yeah.
But with the present president,
yeah,
and even the Minister of Information and everything, is this actually a right call?
Well, it can never be a right call. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you ban what you didn't create. Does it make sense? And mind me, don't mind me. I was only joking when I say you guys are insulting president on Twitter and you expect him not to ban it. But then, it doesn't make sense, does it? Something that you cannot control. You don't control it. You didn't create it. The creation, the Twitter platform is not a Nigerian creation. It is not even in Nigeria and the rest of them. And then you say you banned it. And then Lai Mohammed announced the ban of Twitter on Twitter.
Well, that's true. That happened. I think it's just to pass the information to Twitter as well. Maybe that's why he did it on Twitter's.
How does it make sense? It don't make sense. You see, Twitter is providing a livelihood for a lot of Nigerian youths. A lot of Nigerian youths are getting their daily bread from Twitter. Influencers, brand influencers, and the rest of them, they are all getting their money from there. You have not given these youths work, and then their source of livelihood, you come and you say that you ban, they should not use it. What do you expect them to do? Tomorrow, if they go and look for light arms and enter the road, you say armed robbery has gone up in the country. If people are not gainfully engaged, they become a problem. An idle mind is the devil's workshop.
Yeah, on that point you said there, an idle man is the devil's workshop. Because of our time, I would just like to say a big thank you to you, Honorable Elijah Sambo, the chairman of People's Democratic Party UK chapter. Thank you so much for your time today, sir. I hope we'll still be bringing you back very soon as we move into the politicking period. And we're expecting the opposition party also. We're expecting a feedback from them because we're thinking it will be both of your counterpart from the APC here today, but I've not had any feedback from him yet. But we want to say thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it, sir. And we hope when we call you again, you'll be here for us.
Lion, I will try as much as possible to be
I
here.
know you're very, very busy, man. But
my schedules are tight.
Yeah, whether you're your general secretary, we'll get both of you one way or the other.
I mean, yeah, you can get the secretary. I mean, he's a very eloquent man. And a very eloquent young man, and very intelligent as well. So you can get him. Why not? Why not? Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time today. Really appreciate it. On that note, viewers, I believe you've been able to listen to this. You've learned one or two things. Like some of you have demanded, yes, we have sent message out to APC UK. We're expecting them also to come on air very soon. But for next week, our guest will be Enoch Adeyemi FCCA. He's an accountant, a public speaker, and he's the founder of Black Professional Scotland. He will be here with me next week to talk about what he's been doing with Black Professional Scotland. Until then, I want to wish the national team of Scotland a good outing tomorrow as they march out against the English team. And I would say, keep safe.
Just like the English team, good luck as well.